question. What was that?
Can you say the Daddy Loves Accessories line from Orlon?
Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever been asked to say that one. I don't remember how it goes. But is it just big and broad?
Like, oh, it looks like you caught me. No, and you know how Daddy loves accessories. No, why don't you hand over that canvas?
Yeah, that's it.
You know how Daddy loves accessories? Was it something like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure it was like this, because lots of his lines were. Step away from my Halloween! He's fabulous. Sammy, you picked. I picked.
Oh, this guy right here with the curly hair.
All right, I have a question for both of y'all.
Okay.
My question for you, Mike, is what's the process for outsourcing material, like what y'all doing with Shauna 2 and the Black Lagoon OVA? Like, what's the process of sending that out, getting people to dub it, checking it? How does that all go about?
It really just depends. Most of the time with Funimation, we do everything in-house. In the case of, like we recently announced that the Hellsing crew was coming back to finish all of those Ultimate OVAs, which I'm a big fan of. I helped write the second one. I love Hellsing. As far as how that goes, it really just depends. In the case of that one, Funimation has, and a lot of the people that work there have worked with Jonathan Klein and New Generation Pictures and Taliesin Jaffe before. And so we knew that was the crew in charge of that. So it's like, hey, we would like to do this. What are the logistics of this? How would this work? In the case of Hellsing, people have moved away from Los Angeles and now live all over the country. You know, it's just a matter of mapping everything out of how, you know, like what time frame do we need this to return to us? What time frame do you have to write the scripts? Or is the cast available during here and here? And like, there's a whole multi-step process as far as how it goes. That process changes from property to property depending on, you know, has it been dubbed before? Does it have a previously existing cast that's not Japanese? Those sorts of things. It's a case-by-case account.
Okay, and my question for you is, you said you work more on video games now. Is that a personal choice, or is it just something you're doing right now?
Most voice actors will attest, especially for anime, you kind of have to live fairly close to where the anime is being dubbed. And I used to live literally within walking distance of ADV Austin. I mean, they would call me up on the phone and be like, hey, can you be here in like 10 minutes? It's like, yeah, I'll be there in 5. You know, it kind of helped also that I was working in the same building that ADV was out of. So, you know, as soon as they were gone, the closest that there was either Houston or Dallas. Dallas is about a 4.5 hour drive from where I live right now, and Houston is like 2. So, and you know, the cost of driving that far just for, you know, doing an audition, which is like normally about 15 minutes, or, you know, to go in there to do voice acting for, you know, 2 hours and then drive back. It's kind of a little bit long.
Yeah, it's taxing on your soul.
Yeah, it's very taxing, and you know, why would somebody, you know, it's like Funimation, so it's like, hey, can you come down here and, you know, record, and then me leave, and then have to come all the way down for a pickup line because like they changed a line. It's kind of, it's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's easier with folks that live near where the stuff's being recorded. Sometimes, like in the let's see, what's a good example? Like the dub for Summer Wars, which I did. Michael Center-Nicholas is the lead in that. Michael Center-Nicholas obviously doesn't live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I've worked with him before, and the time frame of getting that recorded was just, you know, 2-3 days as far as his part was concerned. So I knew that I could bring him in and get him to do that and go away. And if I need something picked up from him, he happens to own 2 studios, and he could just send me what if anything changes. So it just, you know, it depends on the project. It's hard for something that's long and ongoing, like Full Metal Alchemist or something, for someone to constantly come in from out of town to keep working on it. So, you know, big time props to people like Laura Bailey and Travis and Vic and and even Maxie Whitehead, who played Alphonse this time around, who didn't live in Dallas for the last bit of recording, but was able to come back and knock it all out for us.
Thankfully, we do, over at our studio, we do a lot of recording using Skype. So now we can kind of like work with all kinds of people outside.
Have you worked with since I've been working with any of that stuff?
Yeah. Wristband.
Yes. What is the funnest thing that you guys have worked on?
The funnest thing that we've worked on. What about you? What's the most fun?
I would say there's an episode in Final Fantasy Unlimited. When I first got the part of Chocobo, part of my contract was that I got to also be all the cactars. And in this episode, our group of heroes land on this planet of cactars. And so you've got all these cactar, hundreds and thousands and millions of cactars. So I got to be all of them, and they get into a fight with the Chocobo. And so being able to like play myself on multiple levels like that, super fun. Being paid to work and to go is like,
yeah. I've been fortunate enough to work on a lot of stuff that's a lot of fun. You know, like Master Roshi in Dragon Ball is stupid and fun. He's just huge and ridiculous. Buggy is fun in One Piece. Some of the male-female characters, like Ranka and like Ritsu from Fruits Basket, stuff like that. Those are huge and fun. I recently did one, which I guess I would consider my most disgusting, repulsive character that I've ever done, and it's in some upcoming show that we haven't talked about yet. But that was fun too. The thing that I can talk about. But Master Roshi's a lot of fun. Those bigger, cartoonier type anime characters are a lot of fun. There's a lot of other ones that like are a little bit more of a realistic nature that are like close to the heart. But as far as like ridiculous amounts of fun, the cartoonier it is, usually the more fun it is.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm kind of running into that's super fun is that, as you know, some of you guys might know, we just announced that our studio is co-producing with a Japanese anime studio a CG animated feature. And so I'm actually preparing to record a scratch track so that way the Japanese can listen to the audio and do animation according to the audio, and you know, of course, I'm not going to be cast as those characters or anything like that, but having the chance to sit there and do a scratch track that the Japanese will be listening to, and knowing that you're part of that creation process, that's cool.
Yeah,
Lots of fun.
It's fun. Over here.
You go to school, learn about voice training, like other voices.
Uh-huh.
You go to school?
Did I go to school for that?
Yeah.
I didn't go to school for like, I didn't do, the voice training that I did was I took a voice and diction class in college. As far as everything else, it was me since, age 5 or 6, sitting in front of a television on Saturday morning trying to repeat back things that I saw. That was where I learned a lot of versatility. I'm like, oh, okay, if I do this, and it sounds this, and it sounds this, I could just try out a lot of different things. By studying acting and improvisation and that voice and diction class, I learned how to take those weird skills that I got being a strange kid and put them to some sort of use. But I did take some studies on that. But there's not really a class that teaches you. I take that back. There's not a lot of classes out there that teach you specifically how to be a voice actor and or a versatile voice actor. There are like workshops, like if you're already doing it, here are some additional things you can do, or here's an introduction class to it. I know Crispin, I think, teaches one. Crispin Freeman does. Yes, I think so too. Handsome fellow, that one. Yeah, there's not a lot of it out there that's like that, especially specifically anime or cartoon stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I mean, I'm the same way. I didn't take any classes. I kind of stumbled into voice acting by accident.
I love anime. It gets me very happy and laugh and funny.
Well, after I got into voice acting, I started taking classes on acting. So, you know, it's like, and those have really helped. I find that the weirdest class, I used to take speech class and debate. I was on debate team when I was in college and in high school. That surprisingly helped a lot.
I wouldn't want to debate you. I think you'd be scary to debate.
No! Objection.
Objection. You pick Sammy.
The flower arranging. Wait. The girl sitting next to the flower.
My question is for Mike.
Okay.
Do you ever entertain yourself with the voices?
Do I ever entertain myself with my voices?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I sing in the car. That's entertaining, but I think everyone does that. Let's see. Sometimes I'll get in a rut where a small group of friends of mine or something will start speaking a certain way or whatever. Like if all of a sudden somebody starts talking like strong bad, then we're all going to start talking like strong bad. No, I don't want to do it that way. Why not? We'll do it that way. Because I'm not hungry. I want to go get pizza. Everyone will start doing that. But I don't think I'd sit around the house and do it. Otherwise, if anyone saw me, they'd have me put away for life. I do know some people that have a lot of fun, though. I'm sure Sammy has fun the same way that Monica has fun with like telemarketers or people that call. She'll answer the phone, and like her voice is kind of high anyway. Like, hello, like, hey honey, is your mom there? And then she'll, no, mommy's not here right now. And she'll start messing with them.
I like it when I sit there and I say, it's like, my mommy won't wake up.
Yeah.
Telemarketers have no idea how to take that. They either A, hang up, or they sit there and they're like, are you okay, honey? Hang up the phone and dial 911.
Yeah.
Grandpa's been in the bathroom for 3 days. I do have fun in my car, though. I tend to, when I'm in my car, I don't know why, but I tend to channel my mother. She passed away in 2003, so I tend to channel her, and she is the stereotypical Japanese Miss Swan woman. And so I suddenly turn Japlish, and I'll start yelling at people in really broken English.
Why you try bad?
Yeah, pretty much. Back when I was in high school and in college, if I'm sitting there, it's like studying or something like that, and some guy comes up and they're trying to hit on me or pick me up, I'll immediately go into Japlish mode. Oh, I don't speak English. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Gotcha.
It works.
Yeah. I think the only fun I had lately as far as doing anything, I mentioned singing in the car before. My thing that I've done for a long time, it just seems to be happening a lot more lately, is if I'm singing and I come to a stoplight and I keep singing, and I look over, the next car is looking at me, and they're like, could they see me singing? I'll sing bigger and louder to them, wasn't going to stop. You didn't catch me, you're a jerk. I'll sing louder and at you now. What do you think of that?
That works wonders.
It's good stuff. Sing it!